Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry. As we get into tonight's video newsletter, I'm going to start off by looking at Nvidia. So Nvidia has just reported earnings. I guess they've been out for about 30 minutes now, give or take. And the market so far is largely unimpressed. Now, initially the stock sold off to about 139, give or take. I think this is also why I like to evaluate earnings about 4 hours after the cash markets close. That is usually when the majority of the extended session action will be done. It's when the conference call will be behind us. And, essentially the first piece of the dust will have settled, and then you can start to make decisions. With that in mind, there is part of me that, acknowledges that we'll have to see where this opens up tomorrow. But let's say that it gets ready to open right where it is now in this extended session. So you're trading 144.70. That's just about $1.20 under where we closed. Anything down into that 5 and 10 EMA, I'm going to consider to still have momentum. And I think that this may actually be a viable target up into 155 as we get into next week. Remember, the abbreviated holiday week usually has a little bit of a bullish tone to it. And at least for now, that is the path of least resistance that I see for Nvidia. Now, if Nvidia does show some strength tomorrow, we're going to be looking to take some profits on Datadog. This is another that I brought to you last week, and I like trying to bring these to you ahead of time in an effort to teach the setup. Now, I know that there are a few things on this chart, but at the heart of it, I just want you to take away the setup, which is the squeeze, so seen here in this subgraph, the compression, the sideways trade, that when it's done trading sideways will usually resolve in a directional manner, and then the idea that the fire lines, the voodoo lines, guide us. So it's thinking that there could be a directional move up into 141, and the action you saw yesterday really does reveal the directional potential of that indicator. So I hope you're making some money if you've been following along with that analysis. And then finally, I want to leave you with Tesla, because Tesla showed up in pretty solid form on Friday. You remember the market was selling off pretty sharply after Powell's comments on Thursday, yet here was Tesla, actually still doing pretty good and closed up about 2% on the session. That resilience shone through on Monday with a big gap up, and notice how there has been no gap fill. So a weaker or a more sideways market will come down and fill that gap. Since Tesla has not done that, I then take it down into the 39-minute chart, and you'll see that you have a fresh squeeze forming here. So again, if Nvidia is holding its own and the market is looking like it wants higher prices, we'll be close to an area where we can peel off a little Datadog and then come over to look to buy Tesla, where I think one of the plays will be the $360 calls for next week. And I'll be looking for that squeeze to carry us up into that area. So I hope you find the review and the names helpful. Have a great rest of your night, and I hope to see you in the room tomorrow. Hey traders, this is Henry with simplertrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at simplertrading.com, and I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.